G'day guys, it's Rob from Tat. Today we've got a relatively simple one in. We've had a 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee behind me that's got a 3.6 litre petrol engine, and it's come in for a engine light on. Stick with us and I'll show you what we found. So this vehicle came in with the engine light on. The code is P0300, multiple cylinder misfire. The customers spent a bit of money on trying to get this rectified, and unfortunately nothing's really helped. So we took it for an initial test drive, and actually drives really great. There is no misfire evident on the road as such, but when idling there's a bit of a rough idle. So we had a look at the freeze frame data, and we found that all the data there was actually really good, within specs. So started to think to ourselves, knowing that there's a bit of an issue with these things mechanically, head work, valve work and that sort of thing, we decided to do a mechanical check with a relative compression test, and I'll show you what we found. So as you can see here, we've just got the current clamp connected up over the positive cable. And just upon cranking on the screen, here you can see we've got our 6 cylinders. We haven't got our sync set up, so our reference point, even if we just look at one reference point there, 6 cylinders, you can see that we start to taper down, a little bit of a higher one, then a lower one, and back to the higher one. So clearly we've got a mechanical fault here. The customers decided they didn't want to go any further to find out exactly where it's coming from, but we could easily find out, is it valve related, is it crankcase related, but the customers decided not to go any further, so we are leaving it at that. And as you can see, obviously looking at the freeze frame data, that's why the freeze frame data is quite important, because we can see when that misfire or that code exactly was flagged and what the current conditions were, and we see it was at idle, and all the fuel trims were good, map was good, so everything looked pretty good. So that's why we said, let's just jump on and do a relative compression test, and that was a great result. We can prove that there's an issue going on here mechanically. So there you go guys, if you ever get one of these things with a funny misfire, P0300, do a relative compression test. It's a very quick check, and then you can obviously determine if you think there's a mechanical issue in the engine, and it's up to you whether you want to go further and try and pinpoint exactly where it's coming from. And in this case, the customer decided they didn't want to go any further, knowing that it was an engine mechanical fault, and we are leaving it as is. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.